What's up, the boxing world? This is Derek Poppy Roland at Strictly Boxing. I know you guys done heard the news. Everybody done heard that Terence Crawford was stripped of the IBF welterweight title. I don't know if the word stripped is actually what it is, because they gave the title to Ennis Boots, Jerron Ennis, because he's the number one rank and he's in line for the mandatory for the champion. However, he was the mandatory to Errol Spence. And Errol Spence, fought to communicate the titles together, bring the titles, unify the titles, and he lost to Crawford. Now, which means that Ennis was in line for the winner. However, there's a contracted contracted for the winner to have for a rematch. So how can you charge Crawford for not fighting him and when he has to fight Spence first? Yeah, I know. He said he wasn't going to fight him. He said he wanted to fight Canelo. He said he wanted to fight other things. So still, in my opinion, they didn't give him enough time to make a decision whether he's going to defend his welterweight title or he's still got to, or he's going to fight somebody else. However, the thing came down, Terence Crawford was put into a bind. What are you doing to catch-22 situation? I want to look out for Spence. I want to give Spence the title, the rematch at 154. But if you give Spence the rematch at 154, then the IBF has the right to take the title. So it's pushing around like he probably gave the title up instead of having it stripped. He gave the title up to give Spence a rematch at 154. So to me, he could have said, no, I ain't fighting Spence unless he fight him at 147. And then that way they would have had to, if Spence couldn't make it, then he could fight Jerron for the title. He's the number one thing. But I don't think the IBF waited long enough to see. So that's my situation on it. I believe that Crawford was in a situation that he could deny Spence and not fight, not allow the rematch at 154, and then he keep the 147 title and then defend his title against Jerron. But he said, you know what? I'll be good enough dude to give Spence a rematch at 154, which obligated for the IBF to give the title to Jerron Ennis. My problem with that, though, I never really seen, they did it a few times lately, but in the past, you would never hear about somebody being given a title. You got to fight for the title, okay? If the champion relinquishes the title or whatever, then the number one guy, the number two guy, they fight for the title and then they become a champ, okay? That's how that's supposed to go. But lately, they've been doing that right there. They gave Charlo the WBC title from when Canelo released the title. They gave it to Charlo, and he became a champion. They call him They call him the email champions or something, because they email them and say you're the champ, which I don't understand that right there. Devin Haney's another one that when Lomachenko refused to fight him, the WA gave Haney the title. I don't believe in giving nobody the title. I believe if you want to be the champ, you got to beat the best. If you're number one and the champion relieves the weight class, then number one and number two fight for the title. All that I'm going to make you the champion because you number one doesn't mean you're the champion. You have to earn that right there. Now, here's the IBF rankings, IBF welterweight rankings right now. They made Jerron Ennis the champion. So that's number 1 and 2, okay? So you got Cody Crowley, which in my opinion, Jerron Ennis should have fought Crowley for the title, and then that would have been 1 and 2 fighting, and whoever's the winner is the champion. If even they got Iko Assuming and Jamel James are the top 4 or 5 guys in the weight class. These guys should be the guys fighting for the title. And I guess it came down to we'll make Ennis the champion. So then when he fights the top guy, the number 2 guy, since he's the champion, he'll get more money. I guess that's why they did that, but he didn't earn the title, okay? He's not the champion until you fight a championship bout and becomes the champion. That's my take on the matter. I don't understand giving somebody the title. That's like, I didn't think, as you know, in the state Golden Glove titles, nobody's in your weight class, you go to nationals and you're a walk-on champ. Walk-on champs with the medal, and you take the pictures and you bragging, I'm the champion, I'm the Golden Glove champion. You didn't fight for the Golden Glove champion, you're a walk-on champion. And that's the same thing what I think about this year. You're giving guys titles who didn't earn the titles. That's my take on the matter. And I believe that the IBF didn't give Crawford enough time to make his decision. If you would have said, you know what, if you're going to fight him at 154, you're going to lose the title here. He might have changed his mind and said, well, no problem. I won't fight him then at 154. He got to fight me at 147. He keep his title. He keep all the belts. And then Spence can't make the 147. So the people don't get to see it. It was the people that paid for boxing. It was the people that said, we want to see Crawford and Spence. It was a long overdue. We all talked about Crawford and Spence, and he put a rematch in the clause. He wins the title, and now you're going to say, okay, he gave the people what they wanted, and Crawford and Spence, Crawford beat him. It was easy, and now Spence asks for a rematch in another weight class. Crawford honorably said, all right, you know what, bro? I'll give you that. And so the IBF decided, if you do that, then I'm going to take your titles and give it away to somebody freely. That just doesn't seem like fairness to me. That's just my opinion, though. You guys, give me your feedback. Let me see what you like about it. Like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let me know what you think. But in my opinion, you cannot be a champion unless you fight a championship bout and win. This is Derek Bobby Roll on that Strictly Boxing.